The P. Diddy allegations are absolutely insane. Recently, P. Diddy's home was raided because he's got sex trafficking charges, and apparently he's fled. Where'd he go, Dane? Where's he hiding out at?
Well, there's rumors saying that people have tracked his jets and that he might be in a country like Antigua.
Does that mean they can't go in and get him kind of thing? Is it extradited?
Well, they can get him. Yeah, they can get him because there is a treaty, I think.
All right, so if you haven't kept up with this, it is there's nuts. There's sex trafficking allegations. There's sexual assault allegations. There's a lot of allegations. There's sexual blackmail allegations, drugs, all kinds of stuff. And P. Diddy, previously Puff Daddy back in the 90s, has been a powerhouse in like the music industry, and he's involved in a whole lot of people. And at this point to where all these allegations of people are stepping forward, a lot of people have been pointing to like 50 Cent and Katt Williams and Kanye West, who have been trying to tell us this whole time that something's going on.
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times.
We have a court document that we're going to kind of go through also that says like all the, like what's alleged. And this is like in court presented by the lawyers. So they feel like they have a leg to stand on with this stuff. Heck, they even got Prince Harry named in 30 million sex abuse lawsuit against Diddy.
Wow.
But the allegations are many. You got Cassandra Ventura, who says that she was trafficked, raped, and beaten by Combs on many occasions over the last 10 years. She's got a thing going on. Rodney Jones, which is the one we're going to look at more, talks about how Diddy was trying to get at him, and he was like, no. And they got a lot of evidence and stuff in that document. It's pretty nuts. And then there's several more people have come forward. You got people that don't want to be named.
Oh yeah, the Jane Doe. That's right. Yeah, that was like a gang deal or something. You know what I mean? Like.
And so I will say that these are allegations, so none of it's been proven in court. But the general consensus so far is that P. Diddy had, like, you got Justin Bieber that was involved with him. They got this like old video that was people are pulling up that's kind of like, what? Where they spend 48 hours together, you know?
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, and we gonna go buck full crazy.
We're going crazy.
Crazy.
They going butt full crazy. You have there's a clip of Katt Williams from 2004 popped up about him. It doesn't mention anyone specifically, but he mentions kind of the nature of what we're going to get into in this video about like the sexual blackmail that's been alleged.
Motherfuckers be gay in Hollywood, you never fucking expected. They be having these big ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms.
And then of course, Katt Williams also went on Club Shay Shay, to where he also spoke about.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right.
Mm-hmm. He's got some stuff. And then, of course, 50 Cent's always been pretty vocal about it.
Later, you're going to find out a little shit that I be saying real.
Stuff he's saying real. And 50 Cent was always, his story is always that P. Diddy was wanting to take him shopping and want him to party with him, you know. And then there's all kinds of clips of there's ones with Usher, there's ones with Kevin Hart, of just like kind of awkward conversations between them. Like they're like, it's almost like they're trying to call for help on camera, but they can't really. But yeah, so the document that we have, like I said, it's from the Rodney Jones case, and it's not just against Sean Combs, who is Puff Daddy. It's got all these other people listed too, like ABC Corporations, all these executives. And again, none of this is proof, but it is what they're going after him in court for. And we're going to look at the summary of events, which is the crazy stuff. The summary of like what they are trying to prove is crazy. So in this, Mr. Combs is Puff Daddy. Jones is the guy who's bringing this case forward. And so it says here that Mr. Jones has secured hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Mr. Combs, his staff, and his guests engaged in serious illegal activity. Mr. Jones has secured irrefutable evidence of the acquisition, use, and distribution of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, I don't even know what GHB is, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms, display and distribution of unregistered illegal firearms. That's the soft stuff. That's the That's the whatever stuff, right?
Nothing. We ain't raiding for that.
They claim they have irrefutable evidence of Mr. Combs providing laced alcoholic beverages to minors and sex workers at his home. That his staff is goes and gets his drugs for him for his consumption. That he drugged and sexually assaulted a woman. That there's some big names that are dropped in this thing. Yeah. TDJ. Yeah. The big Christian man, the bishop,
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yep, actor Cuba Gooding Jr. sexually harassed and assaulted Mr. Jones. A lot of underage stuff going on here, but it keeps going. They talk about a Chalice recording studio where someone was shot, and they got the evidence of that, and they're going into that. Which is another note that people have been connecting P. Diddy to Tupac getting shot back in the day, like a lot, and then they kind of rising to fame even more, kind of in that void that Tupac and other rappers that died at that time, to his fame, right?
And what's crazy is this document that we're going through right now is just all the evidence and stuff that Mr. Jones had. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's been other allegations and things dropped and things that he's been accused of. I know that there's been other employees of the record label just getting beat and choked and beat down and all types of stuff.
So this part here of the document talks about how P. Diddy came in on Mr. Jones while he was in the shower. He was naked in the shower, and P. Diddy walks in and just like starts groping, like trying to grab him and stuff. And the dude talks about how he had to get away from him, and even says, KK responded to Mr. Jones' complaint. Like he complained, and Sean will be Sean. He'll do what he does. Through these sexual deviant acts, one would say Mr. Combs has a pattern and practice of engaging in such nefarious activity. This ongoing conduct shows that Mr. Combs cannot be rehabilitated. There ain't no saving him, according to this.
God.
And it goes through and like names a bunch of other people in here too, like other producers, like Stevie J produced for several artists, including Mariah Carey, Tevin Campbell, the Notorious B.I.G., 112, Jay-Z, and more.
Faith Evans, Jay-Z, Jodeci.
They're claiming that P. Diddy used Stevie J, Mr. Jones looked up to him and used that to try to groom him into engaging in gay sex, which is something that we're eventually going to get into this because like we're talking about like sexual blackmail. Like I said, we haven't got to it yet, but the general gist of the story that they tried to create is that they would get people to do this stuff, or they would like make advances or do whatever and record it. And since in like hip hop, rap and all that, they often vilify being like, what are you, gay? It's like a bad thing. And so then they would use that to control the people, or they would release the footage kind of thing is the allegations that are going on.
Wow. He's like, yo, this is your hero? Cool. Watch this video of this man doing this thing I want you to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it even says that he went as far as to share a video of Stevie J anally penetrating somebody to like try to ease Mr. Jones' anxiety of considering homosexuality. And then in February 2023, Mr. Jones believes Mr. Combs drugged him. He recalls waking up naked, dizzy, and confused. He was in bed with two sex workers and Mr. Combs. He also requires aimlessly wandering around the house with no clothes on. Apparently, they would go to this place called the Booby Trap, and he was instructed to wear a bad boy baseball cap so that they could identify him and know that Mr. Combs was in town. So a lot of this is going through right here, aside from the allegations of him like trying to get with Mr. Jones, is that P. Diddy just got some habits, man. He needs prostitutes and sex workers like everywhere he goes.
Right. Yeah, and this man is just throwing out insane amounts of money, according to what's his name? $50 million 4 times. Ain't no telling, man. This guy probably doesn't hear no very much. Or when he does, sounds like he gets a workaround, which is why he's been raided. All three of his mansions were raided.
All 3?
Yeah. I think it even happened in several states. We had some Florida homes, some in California, like in LA. Yeah, like 3 different mansions.
So it says here is like P. Diddy would offer him like $250,000, purchase all the interest he wants, $20 million property, and then that he would change up his approach sometimes, and that he would sometimes threaten him with physical harm. Mr. Combs threatened to eat Mr. Jones' face and informed Mr. Jones that he's willing to kill his mother, Janice Combs, if he must in order to get what he wants, so he wouldn't think twice to harm Mr. Jones. It's like, I will kill your mom.
Jeez.
Now they have a listening party here to where they have an R&B artist that's redacted, J. Combs, sex workers, and some underage girls. In addition to sex workers, there are at least 5 women in the crowd that were under the age of 16. Mr. Combs forced all the women to drink laced De Leon liquor. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs laced the liquor with ecstasy.
Jeez.
They didn't check the identification of the underage girls. Of course, they got Cuba Gooding Jr. in here, also trying to get on Mr. Jones, allegedly. Says Mr. Jones was forced to watch as Mr. Combs displayed his guns and bragged about getting away with shooting people. Mr. Combs shared that he was responsible for the shooting in a nightclub in New York with rapper Shine?
Yeah, Shine. I used to listen to Shine all the time, dude. That's crazy.
Did he get shot?
I think, I think now he's in prison.
Okay.
Well, at least he was. I'm not sure if he's out.
He shared the artist and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, a.k.a. J-Lo, carried a gun into the club for him and passed him the gun after he got into an altercation with another individual. Jennifer Lopez is there. Uh-oh. Sean Combs and Jennifer Lopez arrested after New York shooting. I didn't even know about that. Yeah, J-Lo involved. She's back again. Mr. Combs consistently made it clear that he has an immense power in the music industry and with law enforcement. And that his head of security, Fareem Muhammad, Mr. Muhammad, had the power to make people and problems disappear. This guy right here, he will make you disappear, apparently. Which the story is, I think this guy also worked for Michael Jackson, too.
Oh, wow.
I don't know a whole lot about that, but I remember someone making a video talking about how he's connected with a lot of big people in the music industry. And to where they instruct staff to always contact Mr. Muhammad if they are ever pulled over by the police in Miami or California. So if you're pulled over, you tell him to talk to Muhammad and he'll get you out.
In Miami or California? Like literally across the whole country. This man's got pulled that far. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it kind of talks about how the shooting we talked about earlier, where they have the evidence, is that this guy was called in and the cops were there for hours, but nobody was arrested.
Right, with blood literally sitting on the floor.
Yeah. Talks more about parties. It says Mr. LR and UMG, that the parties had sex workers and underage girls present, and that he would lace bottles of the tequila and vodka. It was no secret that Mr. Combs had specific bottles of alcohol designated for females and other bottles designated for his staff and artists and himself. And this fact was detailed by former artists and bodyguards of Mr. Combs.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently there's even like a YouTube channel, The Art of Dialogue, where a former bodyguard exposes them of like pill mixing and spiking like cranberry juice and orange juice.
I mean, this thing's just going to keep going.
Yeah, and then they got freaking Epstein, pictures of Epstein in here.
Wow.
Were they doing the same stuff? What's going on here? While living and traveling with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones discovered that Mr. Combs has hidden cameras in every room of his homes, the bathroom included. We got cameras in the toilets.
I wouldn't doubt it, to be honest, at this point. Sounds like some of his kicks and he gets his rocks off by doing something like that. So I don't doubt it.
Yeah, it says he has recordings of some defendants and as well as celebrities, music labels, executives, politicians, athletes. Upon information and belief, these individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent, and as is the case with the homosexual sex tape of Stevie J and Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones, Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties, which is what we was talking about, where the blackmail stuff kind of comes in.
Wow.
Upon information and belief, due to his treasure trove of evidence he has in his possession, Mr. Combs believes that he is above the law and is untouchable.
Dude, this thing could be deep. This could be gosh.
It could be, dude, we're talking about like, this is like up here with like your politicians kind of people, like the richest and most powerful people that we have and give power to in America. Who knows? I actually, there's no doubt in my mind that this stuff goes deep. Like the sex parties and like gathering evidence and stuff is not even like a new thing. Like we watched a video earlier, me and Dane did, about how like this was done to the leader of the FBI back in the day. The dude who led the FBI for like 40 something years, the mafia had evidence on him. And so that he went and said, screw it, and just got evidence on everybody else by having these crazy parties. I think it was Hoover.
Yep.
And And then, there's no doubt in my mind that this stuff happens with the elite so that they can have power over each other constantly. And then there's just victims like underage victims and stuff that gets involved in this too. And in my opinion, government, freaking your elite entertainers, all of them, we just need to flush them all out and just like reset all this stuff that we have at the top currently, like our aristocratic people or whatever, because we all know they're just doing whatever they want to do.
Right.
But we need proof to do it. But then that proof kind of goes away because the people that are in power are like watching it. I know I'm getting tinfoil hat here, but I 100% believe that that's the case.
I mean, shoot, they're all being blackmailed. What are they going to come out and say? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're worried about their information coming out.
I'm sure they're all sweating right now. They're like, oh my God, P. Diddy's getting...
They probably are, and that's the sad part, bro. Like, how did we get here? And any one of these that has, like, underage children or kids involved in any of the sexual activity, I hope every single one of these people go down and get arrested and get charged for every single bit of that, every life that they ruin.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. It says right here, like it's talking about the 1999 nightclub shooting, right? Well, Jennifer Lopez was allegedly there. Mr. Combs forced his then artist Shine to assume responsibility for the shooting of several individuals. Is that why he's in jail?
That might be why he's in prison.
Oh my God.
I know this with Natalia, she saw Mr. Combs do it.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. Is that why Shine? I gotta look it up, dude. I have to. An argument broke out in the club between Combs and another man. Guns were drawn, shots fired, and 3 bystanders were injured. And he was convicted of assault and sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Huh.
Well,
there you go. You know what?
His debut album was a success regardless, even though he was incarcerated.
Wow. Let me put on the tinfoil hat like real hard here. What if these raids are happening so they can go in and get the evidence, Dane, and destroy it?
Oh my dude. That's insane. I've never thought about that.
If he's like running the cops and everything and all these powerful people are involved, it's like the freaking Epstein list. They held on to it for forever saying they're going to release it and they finally did, and who knows if it was altered or not. We have no idea.
Wow.
We kind of hit like the main points of that. That's just this case. This is just one of the cases against him right now.
Oh, crazy.
I'm still not going to forget the Boeing whistleblower while he was giving his testimonies to the defendants, because they were prosecuting the defendants or whatever, the Boeing's lawyers. Later that day, they asked him to stay an extra night, and later that day, he shot himself.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Dude, forget a tinfoil hat, bro. We need tinfoil body armor or something. That's crazy.
Yes, there's so many things that are like coming out, like so much news, and like the scene. I feel like it's coming apart at the seams. Like whatever is behind the big curtain that we can't see, it's all coming apart, and good, because there's just a lot of awful things that are there's so many allegations in this document. Yeah, there are 15 cause of actions in here. Woo! Anyway, P. Diddy, better watch out. God dang.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm very curious. I mean, this is gonna be in court for years probably.
But is this like our era's like OJ?
Is this our
case?
OJ?
Is this our OJ?
Dude, I hope so. If there's any truth to any of this, then I say I hope so. OJ got off, but
yeah, right. Yeah, he did.
I hope they get this dude with. If any of this has any truth to it, I hope he spends a lot of time in jail. I just wanted to go through that and share that with you guys. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment, leave a like, do all that cool stuff. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday. So here's my friends. I love you. See you next time. Bye bye.